I'm Mary, and I'm kinda dumb. I took vacation the first week of artfight and thought it's gonna be fine. It's gonna interfere with my artfight attacks at all. I thought I could prepare attacks and then upload them over time on vacation, but I only managed to do 5, and I forgot to send 2 of them to my phone. What an idiot, right? So I did a few emergency attack on my phone with my fingers during the long train rides we did on vacation. Here's how that went. I managed to make 5 attacks on vacation. Because of the limitations of my fingers, all of these ended up being pretty basic chibi drawings. MILKA by pastlovesfuture, a virtual puppy dog streamer with an annoyed computer called V at their side. Apparently the V thing is from a franchise. I don't quite know which, but I think it is. Or I think it's a puppy dog. Are the headphones and microphone parts just accessories, or are they part of her body? Imagine walking around and some real-life dog streamer interviews you with their tail. Everything about this says early 2000s though. Streaming wasn't a thing back then. Unless they had their own TV show where they were talking about their incredible love for V's. Fun fact, the creator of this character is called V's husband on Instagram. It's on brand. I already tried to make an attack for this character as I was still on my computer, but it went so incredibly horrible I do not want to show it to anyone. Trust me, no matter how nice you are, you will be disappointed. This character is very green, and it matches pretty well with the clover thingy she has going on. Also, despite all of the green, I decided to make the shading fully pink, and I really think it made it pop. So it turned out great, I think. So that's for MILKA. I'm really glad I gave them another shot at drawing them. Shimori by Komirka, I think. They don't have any characters explanation, but come on. Look at the boy. He's such a vibe. It's a little chibi emo goth guy thingy. And the ends of the hairs are arrows. A detail that I totally didn't forget when first translating it into digital. Demon/impulses are kind of my guilty pleasure. Look, they're so edgy and that's what makes them cool. Komirka has lots of OCs. 55 to be exact. Fucking hell. And multiple of them are demonic. Hot. I have a cold in case you didn't notice. I like demon shit. Yeah, not much to say. I slapped some colors on as I did with all of the art of this episode. Today's theme is pink. There you have them. I like the little twink vibes this one gives me. I've recorded this take 5 times. My mic doesn't want to pick up the character's name. Kuro by Kasumi. Kuro. Fucking hell. The lore in this character is limited as well, so I went on a profile to see if there are any connections to other characters. And in retrospective, I feel like I chose the most boring character out of all of them. I kind of want to attack them again. So many cute designs, holy. Anyway, Kuro is an assassin and training to become a doctor. Wait a sec. This shit ain't going together, huh? Are you saving lives or ending them? They have an interest in clothing that looks like their guts been spilled out, which they have in common with their sister. Alright, I forgot to mention. They're the sister of another character of the creator, Shiro, who is a bodyguard and an assassin. Wait a sec. This shit ain't going together either, huh? Are you saving lives or ending them? I need to know. So that's a little awkward on the picture, so I translated that into my art. If I knew all that before, I probably would have drawn them differently, knowing that they were assassin. That would have probably influenced the art. Anyway, that's for Kuro. I like your hoodie person. It looks like you're dead. Vanessa by XXOZZOXX. Your user definitely doesn't sound like you smashed your head on your keyboard after all your users were taken. So this is a FNAF OC, and I apologize. I'm not quite up to date with the FNAF lore, so I cannot say if this description is a new interpretation of Vanny or just her general lore. I fell out of FNAF since everyone at some point held a made-up lore about a point-and-click game above the Bible. It got so obsessive. People would be so toxic if you don't know every little detail. It's apparently canonized now. But this Vanessa lives in a universe where FNAF as a game exists, but also the franchise Freddy Fazbear exists apparently. It does not sound horrifying at all. Vanessa was obsessed with FNAF games and decided to become a security guard herself at some point. Vanny, you played FNAF a lot, right? You should know what happens to security guards at Fazbear Entertainment. I found her when randomly scrolling on new characters. I recognized her and really liked the style she was drawn in, so I chose her. Also, I only did a half body of this. I wanted to focus more on the shading part, and I hated it as I completed it, but as I looked back a few hours later, I was like, actually, that's pretty nice. Actually, it was pretty well. So, I like it. It's one of the best attacks from this. It turned out as well as it can be for something that I finished with my fingers on a train ride from Utrecht to Den Haag. Live by Zale_art. Look at this thing! Little vampire rabbit-ass kind of thingy. Her energy just spoke to me as I saw it. Don't mind the speed paint, by the way. I wanted to animate it, but I didn't tweet on my phone for a while, and it showed. So I ended up deciding against it, but it still ended up looking cute. Just don't mind me doing the parts in all different layers. This is legit just a little vampire bun who likes to spend their free time in coffee shops drinking boba or iced coffee. That is so cool. Also love the irony of a vampire drinking iced coffee. Like, I don't need to drink blood. I kinda just do it for the vibe, you know? Boba is more tasty anyway. I also wonder if this is a simplified version, or does everyone in this universe look like it? Or does everyone in this universe have normal proportion and there's just this thing sitting in a boba store spending their time? Honestly, that's my favorite interpretation of them all. And they pay with, I don't know, the bones of their enemies or something. Or it's just my interpretation, she's actually just a nice little vampire. Why are cute animals that are fucked up so appealing to me? Anyway, it didn't succeed with the animation, but turned out cute regardless. Don't forget, today's theme is pink. Ivory by Floofus. This happened after vacation, but I kinda need to squeeze it in here. Ivory, an absolute icon who I definitely didn't think was a girl as I drew him, is a Splatoon OC, who is pretty extroverted, loud, and teasing people. Honestly, my favorite character trope for male characters. But below the surface, he feels lonely and doubts himself a lot, and he's how with taking compliments and gets really flustered when receiving one. Despite his issues, he manages to be his true self when hanging out with his band, who became like a family to him. There's a little more lore on the band, but I'm perceiving that they didn't write into the description which instrument he plays. I really like the hair and kind of wanted to draw Splatoon OC, but I was kind of about the clothes. But they allowed drawing characters in different clothing, so I kept thinking, what outfit could I put him in? With the crown, I just thought about putting him into a princess dress. Along the way, I decided to make it a Princess Peach cosplay, which, even knowing he's a guy, he's absolutely slaying. Like, look at the guy go. Also, this was finally drawn in Clip Studio Paint. I feared my struggles are to blame on my abilities and not the program I use. But then I absolutely cooked, what else can I say? So, yay. I'm actually really happy with it. Look at him go. Thank you for everyone to sticking around for this mini episode. I really like the stuff that happened in here, even given the circumstances. But at the end, decent episode, right? So subscribe if you want to join the cult. All the people are linked in the description. I think I forgot to do that in the last episode. This time I will do it, I promise. Yeah, and bye.